1, he didn't make you any breakfast in the morning. Number 2, his dog wouldn't stop looking at you. In fact, he kept him in the bedroom the entire time. And number 3,
He forgot my name.
I'm not talking about reasons like that.
Oh?
I'm talking about infections, like from sex.
Oh.
Here are the 3 signs that you have had bad gay sex. All right, sign number 1. Looks painful, right? Actually, it is not painful. This is an ulcer from syphilis. Syphilis comes in different stages. There's primary, secondary, and latent. But this is a sign of primary syphilis, meaning that you probably got this about 3 weeks ago. That's the typical incubation time for syphilis. And it leaves this painless ulcer at the site at where you touch skin with an infected individual who had syphilis. It might feel hard around the outside, and it sure looks like it would hurt, but it doesn't. I can see how this could go overlooked. Now, it's probably obvious if you have something like this right down here, but if it's on your bottom or right around your anus, it might go missed. You might not really feel it. So if you've had a high-risk sexual experience, it wouldn't hurt taking like your phone or a mirror and going down. Sign number 2. This one's a little less obvious. It sounds like it could be a bunch of different things, but let's say you've had sex and somewhere like 3 to 6 weeks later, you get a fever, you get a headache, you get a sore throat, maybe your muscles start to ache, your joints start to ache. This, my friends, is a sign of an acute HIV infection. Have you ever had mono, the kissing disease? Well, it presents very similar to that. In fact, it's called a mono-like syndrome. This fever, sore throat, muscle and joint aches, headaches, stuff like this. And sign number 3. This one looks interesting. This is the rash of secondary syphilis. Yes, syphilis comes in stages: primary, secondary, and latent. This is secondary syphilis. It is a diffuse rash all over the body. And the real big clue here that this is syphilis is that it involves the palms and the soles of your feet. There aren't many rashes that do this, and when it does, this can tell us that, hey, it might be syphilis. And of course, secondary syphilis happens after primary syphilis. So in the 3 weeks it takes to incubate syphilis for primary syphilis, you could then get secondary syphilis weeks thereafter. Do you understand? Notice that I picked 2 different presentations for how syphilis looks. And that's for a reason. The CDC cites that syphilis is growing at a much higher rate in our gay community as opposed to other communities. Fortunately, we're pretty good at treating syphilis. Get you some penicillin and you're pretty good to go. And as far as the HIV goes, well, there are pre-exposure prophylaxis options available to you, and you can prevent getting that. We got you covered. If I had a mic, I'd be dropping it right now. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.